Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of geonews, and we thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Mahnoud Pushamsa and this is Aysar Khalid, and these are your headlines for the day of October 29, 2007. Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert said Tuesday that Iran's controversial nuclear program is, and I quote him, a major issue for the entire world, and called for stronger sanctions against Tehran. Speaking at a press briefing in London alongside British leader Gordon Brown, Olmert stopped short of calling for military action, insisting that economic sanctions are an effective way to deal with Iran's nuclear ambitions. The United States and some allies accuse Iran of secretly trying to develop nuclear weapons. Tehran, however, insists its program is strictly for peaceful purposes, including generating electricity. U.S. President George W. Bush said recently that, and I quote him once again, "If you're interested in avoiding World War III, it is imperative to stop Iran's acquiring the means to make a nuclear weapon."
Our next headline is Bush wants another $42 billion for wars. The Bush administration on Monday asked the Congress for nearly $46 billion in additional war spending for 2008, calling on U.S. lawmakers to approve the money before adjourning for the holidays. Parts of this war are complicated, but one part is not, and that is that America should do what it takes to support our troops and protect our people, Bush said in an appearance with members of veteran groups at the White House. Most of the $45.9 billion request is for the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, bringing the expected cost of those conflicts to more than $192 billion for the budget year that began this month. Bush said the money will cover basic operating expenses plus additional armored vehicles and countermeasures designed to protect U.S. troops from roadside bombs.
Global warming. Many climatologists and scientists say Arctic ice melt and other changes in the Earth's climate are the result of an increase in the world's temperature, a trend widely called global warming. Many global warming experts say the phenomenon, if unchecked, is capable of altering the world's climate and geography. The worst case scenario, experts say oceans could rise to overwhelming and catastrophic levels, flooding cities and altering seashores.
Our next headline is Bhutto's homecoming shattered. In Karachi, Pakistan, two massive bomb blasts put an end to former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto's joyous welcome home party early this morning, exploding in front of her cavalcade, leaving at least 126 dead and more than 200 injured. The suspected suicide bombings went off about 10 hours after Bhutto's entourage began snaking its way through massive crowds that turned up for her return to Pakistan after 8 hours of self-imposed exile. Hundreds of thousands had traveled from across Pakistan to be in Karachi in time to receive Bhutto. Many spent the night sleeping in cars, gardens, and on sidewalks near the airport. Boomboxes blared party songs and kept up the momentum in the hours before Bhutto's plane arrived.
U.S. legislators finally apologized to Maher Arar. Maher Arar received a public apology from U.S. lawmakers on Thursday for being detained by the U.S. and deported back to Syria, where he was tortured and interrogated on false terrorism allegations. The apologies came during a U.S. House of Representatives hearing convened to discuss his deportation.
Our next headline is a very interesting one. It brings that a second Earth was found 20 light years away. Scientists have discovered a warm and rocky second Earth circling a star, a find they believe dramatically boosts the prospects that we are not alone. The planet is the most Earth-like ever spotted and is thought to have perfect conditions for water, an essential ingredient for life. Researchers detected the planet orbiting one of the Earth's nearest stars, a cool red dwarf called Gliese 581, 20 light years away in the constellation of Libra. Just to let you know, 1 light year equals to 9.46 times 10 to the power of 15 meters. Measurements of the planet's celestial path suggest it's 1.5 times the size of our home planet. The planet's conditions are comfortable for life, with average ground temperatures estimated to 0 to 40 degrees Celsius. Researchers claim the planet is likely to have an atmosphere. One of the astronomers working on the project even stated that they wouldn't be surprised if there is life on this planet. Researchers continue about this planet and its surroundings.
Loving the internet. Rather than looking for the perfect match, can you believe that 1 in 4 Americans say the internet can serve as a substitute for a significant other?
Yeah, wow.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe that.
A survey on the role of internet plays in people's lives found that 24% of Americans said the internet could replace a partner for some period of time. The researchers said that some younger people view the internet as their new best friend. But although Americans may love the internet, most are not prepared to implant it into their brain, even if it was safe. Only 11% of respondents said they would be willing to safely implant a device that let them use their mind to access the internet, even though 1 in 5 would insert a chip into a child 13 years or younger to help track them.
Our next topic is a rather interesting topic. It is about the world's fattest baby. Looking after possibly the world's fattest baby is not easy, especially when you live in a cramped apartment in Siberia and have 11 other children to care for. Tatiana Kalina gave birth on September 17th to Nadia, who weighed a whopping 7.75 kilograms at birth. A month later, Nadia was finally able to go home from the hospital to the family's 3-bedroom apartment in Les, a town in Russia's Far East. She now has 9 daughters and 3 sons. The oldest is 12 years old.
Thank you all for staying with us. We now go live from California with Hamid. Hamid, are you there?